Hello and welcome everyone. So thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Cheshta Mishra and I'll be your dietitian and a health coach throughout your transformation journey. So today in this first webinar, I'm going to talk about make your gut happy. Yes, today's webinar will be all about gut health. So if you have any questions during the presentation, please type them up into the question box and I'll bring them up after the presentation. So without any further delay, let's start with our first webinar. So gut microbiome. Most of you have come across these words many a times, but then didn't go that deep to understand the real meaning behind it. So did you know that the human gut microbiome hosts over 100 trillion microorganisms? So we all are bacteria more than humans, isn't it? So it is no more a surprise that a healthy gut is crucial for physical and mental well-being. So to understand this, let's start with what is gut. So the term gut refers to the digestive system from mouth to anus. And the gut microbiome is a collection of microorganisms, including bacteria, archaeas, viruses, and fungi found within the gut. So our gut microbiome is diverse in nature. The composition and the concentration of these microbiomes differ along the tract and is affected by the host diet. So it is very important to keep our gut happy. But then why it is that important? We'll understand this bit by bit. So it is very simple to understand. Our GIT is a main organ where the majority of metabolic activities and the processes take place. So imagine the gut is under stress and these processes won't take place. So what will happen? The gut will lose its capability to absorb nutrients, which will lead to nutritional deficiencies. So it is very important to get ample amount of nutrients for our body to work properly. Moreover, it can also impair our immune system as microbiota plays very important role in induction, in training and function of the host immune system. So before proceeding with gut health, let me ask you one question. Have you ever experienced the symptoms like bloating, constipation, pain, flatulence, irregular bowel movements, etc.? So these symptoms are very common, isn't it? So we actually experience these symptoms in our day-to-day life. So what could be the factors that contribute to these systems? So the first one is antibiotics. Treating any kind of symptoms through antibiotics is quite common nowadays. A lot of studies has shown that overusing of antibiotics can reduce the diverse culture of microbiomes. It does not mean the total number, but the different species of microbiomes, which includes good bacteria too. So the studies have shown that the decreased diversity is considered as an indicator of an unhealthy microbiomes and has been linked to the different chronic conditions such as obesity and type 2 diabetes. So there is a term called AAD, which means antibiotic associated diarrhea. So it is defined as a diarrhea that occurs in association with the administration of antibiotics. The number of gut bacteria is controlled by antimicrobial peptides. So antimicrobial peptides are the part of our innate immunity. And the antibiotic exposures eliminate subsets of the normal gut microbiomes and decreases the secretion of antimicrobial peptides. So in the layman term, if I explain you, antibiotics will kill all the bacteria, including the good bacteria. Another one is alcohol. So studies have shown that chronic use of alcohol can cause dysbiosis, aka alcohol-induced imbalance, which means disturbance in microbiota and bacterial overgrowth, and it will also alter the composition of mucosa associated microbiota. So now you will have one question that what this dysbiosis can do. So this dysbiosis may contribute to intestinal hyperpermeability, which means this may increase the translocation of gram-negative bacteria, microbial bacterials, product from the intestinal lumen into the circulation, which can lead to various infections in your body. Another one is fibers. So low fiber intake. Dietary fibers majorly impact the composition and the diversity of microbiomes. Research has shown that individuals consuming less fiber tend to have reduced microbial diversity. So the consumption of less dietary fiber intake can actually lead to the risk of type 2 diabetes, colon cancer, heart diseases, etc. So the digestion fiber results into the accumulation of short chain fatty acids, which is also known as SCFAs. So what if these short chain fatty acids are not produced in the body because of the low fiber diet? So what will happen? So basically, these short chain fatty acids are important for stimulating and maintaining the mucus layer for the gut epithelium. So short chain fatty acids have also been shown to have immunomodulatory effects, including increased viral protection through the altered T cell metabolism. So inhibitory effects on pathogenic bacteria. So basically pathogenic bacteria are the bacteria which cause diseases. So if you do not have enough dietary fiber in your diet, all these functions will be impaired. Another one is sugars. So by hearing itself, we start craving for it, isn't it? But then it doesn't happen the same way inside our gut. Studies suggest that high intake of sugar will increase the abundance of proteobacteria in the gut. So these bacteria are harmful for humans by increasing the gut inflammation and small intestinal permeability. So another one is stress. So here comes the most important and the most common factor nowadays. So here comes the another question for you. Do you feel discomfort or do you feel butterflies in your stomach while you are under stress? Most of you will answer a big yes. So let's make it a new normal, guys. We all get upset and make our gut upset too. Why this happens? What is the connection between stress and gut? So have you ever heard the term gut-brain axis? It refers to the interaction between the gastrointestinal tract and the central nervous system, which is also known as CNS. So these communicate with each other via nerves, peptides, and neurotransmitters. Stress is extremely bad for your gut microbiome. Your brain is intimately connected to your gut and they talk to each other. So most of you have experienced that whenever you get stressed or you have a headache, you feel terrible. You often feel the stress in your stomach, butterflies due to anxiety, or sometimes you have to may rush to your bathrooms. So stress can make the pain, bloating, or the discomfort felt more easily in your bowels. So it can affect how quickly food moves through the body, which can cause either diarrhea or constipation. So we call it as a peristalsis movement. Furthermore, stress can induce muscle spasm in the bowel and it can be more painful. So the stress can affect digestion and what nutrients the intestine absorbs. And also the gas production related to nutrient absorption may increase. The intestines have a tight barrier to protect the body from most of the food related bacteria. So what will happen when we are under stress? So the stress can make the intestinal barrier weaker and weaker and allow the gut to bacteria to enter the body. So there are few studies which shows that an unhealthy gut is directly correlated with highest level of stress. Got scared? So now should we take stress or not? Whether it will affect our gut or not? Yes, it will affect our gut, but then we cannot ignore the powerful connection between the brain and the gut. But we got to do something about it. So let's delve into the food types that can promote the importance of maintaining a healthy gut microbiome. So here comes the most important part, nutrition. So why the nutrition is that important in maintaining our gut health? The gut is a crucial part of digestive system. So the food and nutrition have an immense impact on it. So when it comes to healthy gut, one thing comes to our mind is probiotics. So what are these? What does it do to our gut and why it is that important to include probiotics in our daily routine? So let's first know about this term probiotics. So the probiotics are the live microorganisms that are intended to have health benefits when consumed by the body. So they can be found in yogurt and other fermented foods and the dietary supplements. So we always say that the probiotics are the live bacteria, they are the good bacteria, but then who are these exactly? So the most common type of bacteria belongs to the group called lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. So from where can we get this probiotics? So here one by one we will discuss the source of probiotics. So first one is yogurt. So yogurt, curd or dahi is one of the best available and the natural probiotic foods that you can add to your daily diet. So include a bowl of curd with lunch every day to maintain healthy gut flora. Another one is kefir. So if you are lactose intolerant, then try kefir. It is one of the best source of probiotic only next to yogurt. Another one is idli. So most of the South Indian dishes are rich source of probiotics. So idlis, dosas, and other such food items are prepared by fermenting rice and lentils. So by undergoing fermentation, the bioavailability of these minerals increases and it helps the body to assimilate more and more nutrition. So all my South Indian friends, you should be very, very proud of your traditional dishes, what you eat. Another one is fermented soya bean. So it is also known as akhuni. Akhuni is fermented soya bean cake, which you can actually mix with chilies, chutneys, and like any of the meat dishes. Another one is miso. So miso is a fermented soya bean paste and a popular Japanese seasoning. Rich in several important nutrients, miso may reduce the risk of heart-related problems also. Another one is kimchi. So it is an Asian fermented food veggie dish and it is made with cabbage, radishes and scallions. The unique strain found in kimchi will not only heal your gut, but also may help you to stay in shape. Another one are pickles. So pickles are another classic fermented food veggie option. However, not all the pickled vegetables are fermented. So therefore, make sure that the pickles veggie you are eating is in fact fermented, but not just pickled. Another source is buttermilk. So if you don't like or prefer eating curd, you may consider buttermilk. There are two main type of buttermilk. First one is traditional and another is cultured. So traditional buttermilk is nothing but a leftover liquid from making butter, which contains probiotic. However, cultured buttermilk does not have any probiotic benefits as compared to traditional one. So I told you each and everything about the fermented foods, but then why should we consume fermented foods? What they will do? So there are so many health benefits of consuming fermented foods. Like first is it will enhance your taste and texture of the food. And another one is it will increase the microorganism content that may improve the gastrointestinal health. It will lower your type 2 diabetes risk and also cardiovascular diseases. Another is it will convert the unsaturated fatty acids to the conjugated linolenic acid, which has anti-inflammatory effects. And it will enhance the availability of B vitamin, vitamin K, magnesium, and zinc. Moreover, it will reduce the anti-nutrients such as phytates. And also it will increase the gut microbial diversity and it will reduce the inflammatory markers. So now you must be thinking that when should we consume the probiotics? What could be the timings when we should actually eat probiotics? So the first and the foremost, consistency is the key. For optimal health benefits of probiotics, it is best to take your probiotics daily. The natural environment for probiotic bacteria is the small and the large intestine. So that is where they perform all their goodness to strengthen your digestion, your immune system, and also they assist in many other critical functions. So to get there, they have to pass through your stomach where the environment is very, very acidic. So in fact, your stomach is designed to kill any bad bacteria and viruses that might make their way into your body via food and water. So for the probiotic bacteria, it is a bad news as prolonged exposure to stomach acid will kill them. So therefore, the goal is to get the probiotics through your stomach acid as fast as possible. So for this, it is recommended to take probiotics ideally on an empty stomach or 2 to 3 hours after your last meal and 30 minutes prior to the next meal. So the probiotic bacteria can move through your stomach as fast as possible. So why not to take probiotics with a heavy meal? So your stomach is a very smart organ. The more food you eat, the more digestive enzymes and the stomach acid it secretes. Also, the more you eat, the longer it takes for the food to move through the stomach. So it typically takes about 4 to 5 hours for food to move through your stomach. So taking a probiotic right before or right after a meal, after a heavy meal, I mean, so the probiotic has to endure the acidity of the stomach for much longer time, which will actually affect their effectiveness. Okay, so now you know about probiotics and its sources, but then do not miss on the very important term here, which is prebiotics. So the prebiotics are the fibers that aren't digestible by your body, but can help the good bacteria to grow in your gut. Since your body doesn't digest these plant fibers, they travel to your lower digestive tract to be a food source for the healthy bacteria in your gut. So the prebiotics can keep your gut and the digestive system healthy. So furthermore, they can strengthen your gut health by increasing the good bacteria that will help to remove pathogens in your intestinal tract. And it will also help with constipation and it will reduce inflammation, especially in your intestines, and strengthen the immune system by changing the balance of good and the bad intestinal bacteria. So the sources of prebiotics, the first one is dandelion greens. Another is garlic. So we all are familiar with garlic. It is a good source of inulin and FOS that supports good gut bacteria. So FOS is basically fructooligosaccharides, which relieves the constipation, improves mineral absorption, and it will decrease the risk of colon cancer and boost your immune system. So another one is chicory root. Chicory root is something which is gaining popularity nowadays as it is an alternative for coffee because it has a coffee-like flavor. So it is an excellent source of prebiotics and is high in antioxidants. Another one is onion. So onion, we know, we use it a lot. But then what we don't know is it's an excellent source of prebiotics, antioxidants, and flavonoids. So these are the compounds that help to prevent cancer and other chronic diseases. So they also contain inulin and FOS, which can strengthen your gut health and help your immune system. Another one is banana. So bananas are very much easy to contain all the vitamins and the minerals and fiber, including small amount of inulin. So this fruit can help to increase healthy bacteria in your gut and also it will reduce bloating. So the another one is whole oats. So oats are high in fiber and they include beta glucan fiber and resistant starch, which has been linked to beneficial gut bacteria. So oats can be cooked and they are actually frequently found in pre-packaged food items also. So they are also known to help with blood sugar control and digestion. Another one, apples. So apples are high in antioxidants and fibers and many other vitamins and minerals. So the fiber in apple include pectin, so which increases the healthy bacteria in your gut and decreases the harmful bacteria. So here we have few healthy recipes such as curry, curd rice, dahi aloo, yogurt bowl, overnight oats and yogurt smoothies. So for the next time, try these recipes at your home and enjoy your healthy gut. So in order to conclude this webinar, I would like to mention few points. A human gut is more complicated than previously believed. It has a significant impact on the overall health. So our robust immune system, heart health, brain health, improved mood, sound sleep, and proper digestion are all the benefits of healthy gut. And it may even help to avoid some cancers and our autoimmune illness. So there are several lifestyle adjustments you can make to improve your gut healthy and as a result your overall health. So taking probiotics, eating a fiber-rich vegetarian diet and avoiding the use of antibiotics and the disinfectants are all the positive adjustments that can be made. Also, getting enough sleep and exercising on the regular basis are two major basic lifestyle modifications which you can do. So exercise is able to enrich the microflora diversity. It improves the bacteroidetes and the Firmicutes ratio. So these are the two major bacteria that account for about 90% of the gut microbiota, which could potentially contribute to reducing weight, obesity associated pathologies, and all the gastrointestinal disorders. Also, it stimulates the growth of bacteria, which can balance mucosal immunity and improve the barrier functions. It also stimulates the bacteria capable of producing substances that protect against the gastrointestinal disorders and the colon cancer. So, therefore, along with the diet, exercise can also be used as a treatment to maintain the balance of the gut microflora. However, before making any major dietary changes, you should consult with your dietitian. So, thank you everyone. It's great to be speaking with all of you today. So, with that, we will go ahead and take some time for the questions. Thank you so much.